like, you know, I'm constantly making sure my recording's going and the screen region's set up properly and all that jazz. You know what I mean?
He did it again, Cerberus.
Don't look at my progress here. You might say, NL, did you know that you have 3 streaks here? You have 3 wins in a row? I didn't. What are you talking about? 3 wins in a row. Are you crazy? Not really. Or do I? Or freaking do I? I don't know, dude. Give me the shield for now. Let's see what's up. We got 1 Titan's Blood. Chaos Aspect. After you bull rush, your next special throws multiple shields. Or damage reduction. We'll definitely just take that. Your next special throws multiple shields.
Oh, please. Which to choose?
And what else we got here? It's kind of bad. Yeah, but like, so is the other one. Damage reduction. Like, that requires you to actually get hit. I don't think we're going to do that. Yeah, give me the butterfly, dude. The butterfly is a lot of fun. 1.5% damage bonus when you clear a room without getting hit. Oh, fill the heat gauge to 2. But why do I have to fill the heat gauge to 2? Unless... We're going to go middle management. It's just easy. So odd. Anyway, how you guys doing today? I'm doing well. I went for my first run of the year today. And my legs hurt in ways they have not hurt for a long time. Obviously gonna go festive fog. Did you play Pokemon Go? No, I didn't run outside. Because it's like... I mean, it's not cold. But it's like 5... Maybe like, you know, low single digits Celsius, I guess. So I just ran inside. My butterfly bonus, dude. I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about catching a snubble. No, I honestly, so here's where I'm at in my life right now, okay? With respect to the game that everybody's playing on Twitch. I am actually stoked, that I'll take deflect dash. I am stoked that Tarkov is having its moment in the sun. Don't get me wrong. I don't dislike Escape from Tarkov. Here's the thing, we peaked at different times. My Tarkov desire peaked like last June, and Tarkov's popularity is peaking right now. I don't have a good desire to play Tarkov right now. Unless maybe we do it, like, to some degree with Team Unity. I think I'll take a better cast. But I am stoked. In particular, I'm stoked for Dan. You know, he's been beating the Tarkov drum since, like, 2015 or 2016. And I'm stoked to see for him that it's having, like, its moment in the sun right now. Okay, do not use your cast. I want my damage bonuses, please. But I don't think my solo Tarkov content is like... I don't think it's that engaging anymore. I think it got the time that it deserved, and we've moved on since then. So I think my cast got upgraded by the nectar there, which is pretty nice. Are you ready? Now that Tarkov is doing so well, are you excited to admit that Dan was correct about WoW Classic? Excuse me, this is a politics stream. We don't play Blizzard games here. How many wins do you have in Hades, Dad? I'm assuming you're talking to me on that one. Not your real dad. But it would be sick. Do we have any dads and lads watching in chat right now? Do we have any multi-dimensional viewers? An uncle and a nephew, perhaps? Or an uncle and a niece, for that matter? Yes, 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 yes. Wow, that's incredible. I always knew we had generational appeal. Oh, dude, give me the Artemis bonus here. I totally forgot what I was talking about a second ago. Oh, stop casting! It's not like I was going to perfect this room anyway, but still. How many wins do you have, Dad? Can I tell you something? It's going to be a little spoilerish, but that would assume that you believe my content is capable of being spoiled, which I disagree. I think if anything, going in with some prior knowledge, it's like watching the Star Wars prequels. You know, just because you know that little kid's going to grow up to be Darth Vader doesn't mean they're not good movies. They're bad for other reasons. Got him. Dude, the deflect dash is so good. I have 5 victories in the video game known as Hades.
That's what you get.
And that's the honest to goodness truth. Give me the critical chance. Honestly, I don't really like the seeking arrows as much as I used to. Are we done? We are done with our chaos boon. Yeah, or chaos penalty, I should say. Forget the shop. Forget the freaking whatever that is, and unalterable. Okay, hit me with an alter on this one then. What did gems give us? I think gems give us extra gold. We'll go for that now. Yeah, I don't think it's... Well, I think it could be good on the shield, I guess, but... I don't know. I've taken the seeking arrows so much that I think I need a break from them. 5% crit chance is like the kind of boring upgrade I can really get down with, to be honest. I know I take Festive Fog all the time, but... I mean, that's just because it is a great Dionysus benefit. I have a run coming up. And this one is like a legitimate spoiler, so I apologize, but also I don't have the self-control to stop myself. So I have a run coming up. Let me give you the audit here, okay? I got, well, hold on. Let's talk to this guy first. Can I perhaps just have some gold? Thank you.
Thank you, mate.
And a Zeus boon coming up. I got the Ares cast. So it's like a big saw of death called a Rift Blade, right? And then I got the thing, is a legendary boon that makes the Rift Blade do more damage on each consecutive hit. Then I got the Artemis boon that makes it so every time you cast twice. And then I got the one that made the Rift Blades bigger. And I got the ones that make it suck enemies in. And I got the one that makes it seek out enemies. It was just unbelievable. Like, I pressed B 4 times. Yeah, we'll take Chain Lightning. I pressed B 4 times and the Minotaur died. It was unbelievably strong. Like, I was talking about it with Sinvicta because he's been playing a lot of Hades, and like, straight up, I think the part of the Minotaur fight, the Theseus and the Minotaur fight that was exclusively me hitting the Minotaur was like 30 seconds long maximum. It was super good. This one's going pretty well, by the way. We have a lot of perfected rooms so far. And no complaints. I don't like that much. Save my gold. Max HP or gold? Let's get some max HP going. Have you watched Unfriended? I have not watched Unfriended. That's an MTV show, is that correct? That's not a perfect room. It's a movie? Is that the movie that's is a horror movie told exclusively through Skype? No, that's Searching. Don't be a fool. Searching is not a horror movie, it's a thriller. It is the horror movie exclusively through Skype. Okay. Very bad damage. I need perfect rooms because I have a keepsake that gives me plus 1.5% damage for every room that I clear without taking damage. That's an alt-tab situation, I think. There we go.
Better.
I think this is the boss.
Well, this is awkward.
Have you seen that they'll make a second season of I Think You Should Leave? Yes. But, can I tell you, I'm not saying I expect it to be bad, because that's just ridiculous. However, you know the expression they usually say for like musicians, which is like, you know, you have your whole life to write your debut album. That's why oftentimes like a band's first album is really well received, second album is not. I'm worried that, you know, well, not worried. I'm hopeful that it isn't a situation where, like, you know, he had like 10 years of sketches stored up, and then now he's got to like do a 1-year turnaround or something like that. You know, he's got less inspiration, but I'm hopeful that's not the case. You know, it's a good habit to practice, I think, is, hey, if you like something, why be pessimistic for no reason, you know? You just saw some transcendental sketch comedy. Give them the chance to disappoint you, instead of just assuming it's gonna happen. Okay, just don't get hit here. We actually might perfect the boss. I think we did. That was pretty sick. You mean like with Key and Peele? I don't know, I'm like... feel like Key and Peele was always uneven. And I mean that, like, I think Key and Peele is like a great sketch comedy show. People always expect that, you know, they're like, every sketch comedy show has stinkers. It's just the way it is. Like, if you watch SNL, it's like... they might have like one good sketch every 90 minutes. So to be like, hey, this sketch comedy show had a couple of stinkers, that's par for the course. So I think Key and Peele did like a pretty good job. What's the I Think You Should Leave stinker? I mean, I think there's a couple. We talked about it on Tuesday, but I think the show, oh, that's gonna ruin that perfect. I think the show is real good, but Santa Brought It Early, I don't think is great. Even though I quoted it with respect to my TikTok. And, yeah, the Garfield house is not really super good. Dog humping his head, you take that back, or leave my chat. That's the thing about Herbie Hancock, he loves to lie. One of the all-time classic lines.
The power of the gods.
I'll just take a free little chain lightning upgrade. It's not amazing, but it's okay. And, oh, we gotta go here. Baby crying. Skid is a skip. I love Will Forte. If I had to punch up that sketch, which would probably make it worse, but I would probably make it a lot shorter.
Enjoy.
Yo, do you see this? No, it's not legendary. Heroic. More lightning damage, and then... oh, our dash got a little better. Maybe not the most valuable improvement, but still.
Come again.
NL, what's your favorite chess opening, my dude? It's the easiest answer of all life. It's 1 pawn to e4. If you play queen pawn to d4, you're actually like... You're an extreme coward. And don't even get me started, like, you know, playing the white pieces, there's only 2 openings, okay? There's d4 and e4. You don't choose a side, coward.
Welcome.
When you're playing the black pieces, you're in the driver's seat. Because you, basically, the white goes first, and they choose, you know, d4 or e4. And then the second player gets to respond with whether or not you get to have fun in the game. If you do e4 and they respond to e5, congratulations. You met yourself, as Dan would call it, a ball player. You're about to have a lot of fun. If they start with c5, just resign. I didn't get into playing chess to play 4-hour-long Najdorf variant Sicilian defense garbage, okay? There is no reason to have been involved with this treasure trove. That's true, I guess we probably do get a little bit of money. Buddy, what are you talking about? It's just chess things, okay? You wouldn't understand.
Fine. Help yourself.
There we go.
Talk about Dota openings. You don't open in Dota. You open by going mid, getting 10 more CS than the other mid, and then starting the gank squad.
Oh no.
So I would rather have the barge 10 times out of 10 than have this room ever again. Yeah, the best opening for Dota is right-click on it in your Steam library, manage, uninstall. Great work. Okay, this is how we're going to tackle the rest of this fight, okay? Don't use middle management, is way too hard. Well, is this even a middle management thing, or is this just, you know, because we've done... Maybe it is, actually, now that I think about it. It's just annoying that the freaking Medusa teleports. Everything else about it, like the new attacks, not a big deal. Like the ring attack here. I didn't even think I got hit, but that's okay. I guess I was touching the lava a little bit. It hurts to lose that Death's Defiance, but life goes on. I think we actually might try Artemis's Call.
Might of the Huntress.
Are you going to play any MOBA ever again? Probably not. I think MOBAs and fighting games are just like... I'm trying to think of the polite way to say it. I have like real things in my life I can work on that are not fun. If I'm not gonna have fun, but tell myself it's a worthwhile activity because it's the quest of getting better at something, I would rather just, like, become a better person. Instead of get good at Dota or something like that. Really, here's what it comes down to. I don't like investing a lot of times into games where the better you get, your win percentage doesn't change. You know? Like, if I'm gonna get better at something, I want to get rewarded for it. I get no pleasure in getting better at something so I can defeat better competition. I want to experience more happiness straight into the brain. What about chess ELO? Well, I mean, like, there's a reason I stopped playing chess. It's pretty much the exact same reason I stopped playing MOBAs. I was like, this is a lot of time, and I'm still like, you know, I'm just your reward for being good at chess. Like, the better you get at chess, the harder chess gets. Because now all of a sudden, instead of playing an 11-year-old who just learned how the horses move in round 3, you end up playing like, you know, some 85-year-old dude who's been playing the game once a week for 40 years. This is potential butterfly territory. I think we did it. We did it. Let's go. Okay. Wasn't this a shop? No, this was gold. Okay, so the Daedalus Hammer is, like, so important, and I know I should probably get it. And, like, the Hermes benefit is, like, so important, I should probably get it. But instead, I'm going to the shop because I really want to get our Death's Defiance back. And that's not really how that works, I'm realizing in hindsight, but that's okay. Special inflicts poison, pretty good.
Time to feast.
You get those at Wells. What's the difference, dude? I just walked over here.
Come to fulfill my father's wishes.
This game kind of flew by me. Can I get a first grade instruction? I mean, it's a very good roguelite. There's your first grade vernacular. The other thing is, I wouldn't worry about not being hot on the Hades train yet, because I'm here to tell you, this game's gonna make waves in 2019. This is gonna become every games writer's favorite roguelite when it exits early access. Sorry, I meant 2020. I'm still living in the fiscal year. My apologies. Hey, maybe don't get hit. The fiscal year ended early. That depends on when your corporation was founded. Maybe your fiscal year ended early. When does your fiscal year end? Here's a better question. Why don't you mind your own business? My software at work wouldn't work today because it didn't take 2020 as a valid year. Looks like we found the guy who works at whatever developer makes WWE 2K. Alright, yeet him. I've never done greater call with the Artemis arrows. Alright, when they critted, that seemed pretty good. Bone Hydra gets rebalanced every patch. Honestly, don't shoot the messenger on this one. I know you're supposed to rebalance the game to your own liking based on heat. All of the bosses but Hades need to be buffed, in my opinion. Bone Hydra is too easy. And honestly, like, it's, in my opinion, it's the worst boss fight. Just because it's not fun. Like, just cleaning up the Bone Hydra mobs is kind of like, it's a chore. I do like, to be honest with you, I think the best boss fight in the game is, one of the Furies on the first floor. I think Theseus and the Minotaur are also pretty fun. Bone Hydra is just kind of, he's a little bit of a snoozer, I think. By this game's standards, at least. You're in for a world of hurt, mister. Send them? Yeah, I know. Extreme measures. Yeah, I know. I've heard. It has been said. A lot.
I trust you had a pleasant stay in our
He's aware of critical information.
You really need to turn down the heat in that place.
Oh, there we go. That's a big one. Was the breaker flipped?
Get me out of here.
Okay. How disappointed were you when there was no Champions of Fire 3? Well, it's one of those things it's hard to be disappointed in because you're like waiting for a letter that doesn't arrive, you know? How do you know when a letter hasn't been sent? It's hard to tell. Could just be arriving slow in the mail, right? So it's not like we got a message that was like, hey, by the way, no Champions of Fire. You know, you wait a year and you never see it. And then you go, maybe they're choosing not to do it this year. And then it's been 2 years and you're like, okay, so it got yeeted into the stratosphere. So there was never really time to be disappointed. The only existence of the disappointment is in hindsight. But I mean, like, on a human being level, like, it's not really too surprising. I'm sure the amount of money invested in the tournament is, like, way, way more than any possible conceivable return. So it's not a surprise to me. I don't think it should be a surprise to anyone. If anything, I'm like, man, it's a real surprise they made a second one. That's the way I choose to think about it. The fact that they did a Champions of Fire 2 is like, that's the real blessing. Not the fact that we didn't get a third one, the fact that we had the opportunity to get a second one. And the second one had way more meme potential. Daedalus Hammer. I really like Bull Rush doing damage against armor.
Good as new.
Where are your Amazon tablets now? I'm not going to say any bad words about the company I'm independently contracted through for tax purposes. We still are in possession of the Amazon tablets. Do they get frequent use? No. But I will also say, ever since Dan stopped posting more frequently on YouTube, our iPad doesn't get that much use either. Playing it safe with Amazon? Of course. I mean, you know, are there bad things you could say about Amazon? Probably. Is it the first website I go to when I need something, you know, delivered to me in 12 hours? Yeah. Absolutely. It's like there's bad things you could say about me, but if you want to watch a stream between the hours of, you know, 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and also most Tuesdays, you'll be here. Yeah, but you don't murder your workers? I don't know, I saw a comment on Twitter today that said NL should provide health insurance for his employees. And I was like, first off, what employees? Secondly, I already provide health insurance for, like, I don't know, probably like at least 700 Canadians. So get in line. I'm getting bled dry every time I walk down the street. And I'm keeping a smile on my face the whole time. And people are going, can I just get a little bit more blood? And I'm like, okay, fine. Go ahead. So it is tempting, because it's a duo, but we're gonna go for that one instead.
Long spears.
Might incentivize us to use our call a little bit more often. Heard they recently added more calls. What are the main political parties in Canada? Well, the most famous political party in Canada is the Wayne Party, founded by Wayne Gretzky. After he retired from the New York Rangers in the early 2000s, he decided to get into politics. So they've been in every year since his retirement. He's been the
Gemstones.
leader of Canada. He's elected with 100% approval every single year. There is the Cherries. That's the Don Cherry Party. Usually maintains official opposition status. Had a bit of a controversial year. Some people are into that. What party is Justin Bieber in? Probably the after party, would be my guess. Other various Canadian stereotypes, something, something, something. Hey, what about the Moose Party? You shut up! I can say it, you can't say it.
Optimus.
Could we possibly perfect this room? There's more enemies? Okay, let me answer my own question. No. We will not perfect this room. In all likelihood. These freaking champions of Elysium, they just attack too freaking much, too freaking quickly. You will take my revenge, sir.
I bet Charon's going to want all this.
Give me more max HP. It's alright. The thing with the butterfly is, like, it does nothing for you in the late game if you're as bad as I am, but it does a lot of good work for you in the early game, so you just kind of hold it and enjoy your damage bonus. Basically my 2 cents. Yo, the deflect dash, though. I still got hit by a freaking butterfly after all that. Just change it after the Hydra? You lose the damage bonus, though, don't you? Yeah, you do. So I don't want to change it after the Hydra. I mean, we're still getting probably like a, 10% damage bonus right now. I'll change it before Hades, probably, just because, turns out the easiest way to win the game is to just have as much Death's Defiance as possible. I think this is, like, to be honest, this is an easy win right here. I do not think we're going to run into trouble. Give me a Dionysus boon.
This message. Strong stuff.
Poison. Afflicted foes take more damage in Festive Fog.
Lady Artemis.
Now we're talking. We got a good thing going here. Dude, so someone said, when did the 20s become roaring? Is crazy. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are having this realization at the same time. I don't think I'm alone in this one. It's absolutely stunning to me that 1920 is 100 years ago. Like, it doesn't feel like, I never thought in my life that I would live through the 20s. Like, I know that sounds weird. I don't mean like I thought I would be dead before I turned like 31. What I really mean is, like, I just never thought to myself that, like, I'm gonna live through the 20s. Like, let me put it this way. When I was alive in the 90s, I was a little kid. So, like, I never thought about, I wonder what people in the 1890s thought, right? The 2000s don't even have a name. Like the 2000s and the 2010s, they don't really have oh, they're the aughts. Nobody calls it that. Instead, they just go, it's the decade between 00 and 2010, right? This is the first one where you're like, the 20s. This decade is about to overwrite the decade that came before it for the first time in my life. That's the way I'm trying to come across this from.
Time to go.
Yo, dude. People do say aughts all the time. We watch different YouTubers. Are you seeing the damage that's being dealt here? I'm saying this is the first decade with a name in my life. Can you just stop running, dude? Except for the 90s, but again, like I was alive for the 90s, but like I wasn't like a real person. I didn't matter. The 80s? Yeah, I was a fetus and a 1-year-old. I guess you're not a fetus when you're born. Never really thought about it that way, but it makes sense. Okay, we're in this like Death's Defiance purgatory here. It's not making me particularly excited, but I think it's a learning experience. As long as we don't use 2 Death's Defiances here, CNN is still projecting a Zagreus victory. Wow, that did a lot of damage. I love when we don't have to do damage to do damage. Like, did you see how fast this dude melted? That was crazy. There was like, we did 610 damage with a lightning strike.
That's one champion unseated.
I don't even have control over that. It just happens.
Your struggles soon shall be in vain.
You know nothing of my struggles. I'll take this one.
Okay, give me the tooth, please. I think we will want it.
Should help. One last stop.
We're dealing passive damage is what I mean. We weren't even supposed to like be around in the area.
That's quite a stash there, Charon. Should be useful.
I don't really like the Dionysus call, honestly.
Where would I be?
Give me some more Zeus benefits. Some more Zeus-based benefits. Stop sharding. I will never stop sharding in the privacy of my own home. But I could probably be persuaded to stop doing it in public. I'll admit, it's beneath me. Oh my god, he admitted it. Now you have to shard on your mother-in-law. Yo, I love deflecting the saw right back. I thought I saw some gold there. Into the trap hole. I like to work on my phrasing a little, but... Oh, la-di-da, Mr. Got a Garage. What do you call it, Mo? Hey, hey, hey. I hate the poison, dude. Is the Poison Lord is the... Oh, did you see the damage, though? There's more? I'm getting extremely rattled by my casts being stuck in the wall over here. Super Giant, please fix. This is a very dangerous time for me. What's the easiest weapon to win with, Chad? I honestly think the answer is probably the shield, but I think the spear is a close second. The shield is lower on the tier as far as damage goes, but it's like so great.
I bet it's in here.
Particularly for Theseus and the Minotaur. And also, I guess if you're having trouble with the Bone Hydra, being able to just block the shots is super nice. I think, honestly, though, I'm starting to realize the real value of the sword. I have had a few really, really good sword runs lately. The learning curve is high, but once you're confident with, like, enemy patterns, it's really good. Like, dude, I can't hit you with anything but my special, so can you just, like, not? I guess I could hit you with my cast. Like, thank you, thank you. Your opinion on what's good is bad, or on what's good and bad changes every day. Isn't that like, that's a good thing, you know? It means I take stock of readily available and changing data sets and adjust my opinion accordingly. Get labeled by American media as a flip-flopper and poison the minds of my populace for the rest of their existence. Tomorrow it'll be a bad thing? Alright, you got me on that one. Oh my god, he admitted. The only thing that's important to note is do your research, and when I say do your research, I don't mean Google, which is bought and paid for by the deep state. I mean weird blogs on page 15 of Bing search. Anyway, so far, so good. I think we're in a solid position here. Dionysus, work with me, please. Honestly, I think slowing an enemy... You know, I'm looking at it through the lens of the Hades fight right now. I think that would be nice. Do some maximum HP, please. Sounding a little edgy, NL? I don't think so. I'm like the opposite of edgy. I make very safe content. You ever heard me talk about a video game I don't like on YouTube? Like... Well, I'm not sure it's 100% for me, but I see what they're getting at. It wears its inspirations on its sleeves, and there's a lot of nice interlocking mechanics. I'm not sure. It hasn't really grabbed me yet for whatever reason. But if you're a fan of the genre, you might want to consider picking it up. No, I like Dicey. Dicey's a great game. It's just episode 4 was kind of stinky. This guy has so much freaking HP, dude. Yikes. I watch you play Isaac every day, so I get it. I mean... Wow, I didn't get hit. Isaac is also a great game. It's just, made some decisions I disagree with. Consistently. Yo, we might not get hit on this room. That's a real surprise.
All set.
Looks like we're gonna do every room down here. By the way, can we please welcome Mouth to chat? Hello, Mouth. Welcome to the stream. Happy to see you here.
Should check this way.
How you doing? Glad your doctor's appointment went well. Lest you think that, you know, you're getting older. Hey, I've got this, like, pain in my neck as well that I was thinking I might have to go to the doctor and get checked out. But I already went to WebMD and it just said, stop reading chat, it's giving you spinal fluid poisoning. Go ahead, dude. He did it! Something so visceral about when there's just one enemy left and they only have the red health bar and you just freaking beat on them. It's neck pain from sharding. Doesn't even make sense, and that's why it's hilarious. Why would sharding give someone neck pain? It doesn't matter, but it gets the people going. So in case you're wondering, by the way, I'm trying to save up for this freaking Hermes benefit here. Because you know, I love a good Hermes boon towards the end of the game. More dodges, better dodges. The thing is, like, I don't think the special bouncing really matters at this point. We probably have like 5 more rooms with multiple enemies. What god do you think they'll add next? Well, I mean, if they know what's good for them, should really add Jesus Christ. I've been waiting a long time. How much is this? You think we could afford this and still afford the Hades boon? I don't know. Did I say Hades? I meant Hermes, but I decided to play it. I don't know. I guess it's playing reckless.
What is it now?
That'd be pretty sick if they added Xenu. Just turn it into Smite. We would have had enough, but it's okay. We're going to be at full HP or close to it anyway.
Just the foul sack I need.
Neither of those are particularly great, but it's okay. Is Jesus in Smite?
Chow time, boy, are you hungry?
No, they have investors, right? He's in the tutorial? Really? That's funny.
The prince come. Thanks, boy.
Do they make you kill him in order to advance to the main game? That would be insane. The way most indie games do tutorials. Now kill him.
What is it going?
Alright, where are we at? We only have, we have 3 Death's Defiance. We have 3 Death's Defiance. Still pretty freaking good. So you keep this guy in the perp. And he's gonna take a lot of damage. Should have seen that one coming, but my man's all clouded up.
Why keep up this foolishness?
Go ahead. Oops. This is going super well right now. It's not the most damage I've ever had, but it's real solid.
Show yourself.
Oops, all blocks. Dude, the deflect dash just bodies him. Go ahead. Look at it. We're just deflecting it right back at him. He's got nothing. We got bonus damage thanks to our call. I'm just calling it, dude. The deflect dash is too strong.
Come on, get up.
The Hermes slow is pretty sick as well. Also, the shield is just too good. Go ahead. Go freaking ahead. We might not use a Death's Defiance. I don't want to get too cocky. It's a great start. Do 16 heat? Oh no. What a whiff! I mean, didn't you see me try that 5 heat run? That was the first Hades run where I think I've actually been embarrassed. I had done okay on a couple of runs. So I thought to myself, we could crank up the difficulty a little bit. Let's do 5 heat. And then it went pretty badly. That was a great run, though. Yeah, we shouldn't have put... Someone on Twitter, if you're here, I know it's not your fault. But you lied to me, so it is your fault. They said, hey, if you want some easy heat, just add the time limit. It shouldn't be much of a problem. Turned out that was incorrect. We are indeed on a 4 streak. I know, dude. It's crazy. Thank you for the Titan's blood. And we'll move it down here.
After defeating his Lord Father yet again, Prince Zagreus begins to shiver and catch cold. And, as is well known, there sadly is no cure for such.
If you want some easy heat, just call Undertale bad. I wonder what the most controversial opinion on video game Twitter could be. Dead Cells is C tier? That was only mildly controversial. I think you're absolutely right. If you said The Witcher 3 was not good, that would get you there.